Okay, we'll try this again. Uninstalled, reinstall the Elgato software. Let everything run for about 10 minutes. Not a single crackle. I'm gonna let it sit here for a minute. Make sure it's gonna be okay. Start up again. Start doing stuff. Hear anything? At least not yet. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. If it happens again, I don't know what I'm gonna do. On it's already. And also, since I had to reinstall everything, let me know how the volumes are. They should be alright, but if they're a little low or a little too loud, let me know, please. I'll walk around in here for a minute or two as well. Okay. Shall become of Temeria. Let's see, did we read this one already? Do that and then we'll get started. Temeria, a land where milk and honey once flowed. And what did she wrong the gods that they should treat her so cruelly? Pearl of the North to some, she proved a galloping range for Nilfgaardian cavalry to others. As a country, it had survived 2 previous wars against the Empire. It was here that the war's bloodiest battles were fought. It was in Temeria where their most bestial deeds were wrought. And now I've got a hangnail. Jesus. It was Temerian civilians who bore the full brunt of these war's horrors. And bear them they did, bravely and steadfastly, until the demise of their great protector, Thest. Then Providence turned its fickle face from Temeria, murdered most treacherously. Foltest failed to leave Temeria a worthy successor. And so all manner of curs soon fell upon her, tearing her apart like so much carrion. Hey, zombie, what's up? Yeah, we just started back up again. Damn audio issues reared their ugly heads, so I shut down, uninstalled the software for the capture device, reinstalled it. So yeah, it's been fun. Yep, I was here for about an hour and 15 minutes and just came back about 5 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, same issue as it was yesterday. It seems to be okay, but it's just one of those things where it starts out okay and it just gets worse and worse. So it's the only way to know for sure is to play. Stream. So a free and independent Temeria is no more. Dark-faced sun looms over her every rampart. Temerians live on, and always will. As long as folk believe the usurper who took our beloved capital, Vizima, every time I see that word I think emphysema, to retreat, as his property will forever peer over his shoulder in fear. For in the shadows lurks not one dagger, but the power of a nation of daggers, waiting to deal justice's blow. Okay. Ooh, biography of the vampire Regis from the quill. Ooh, from the quill of Dandelion. This ought to be interesting. We'll read this one and then we'll get started. And of course, it's about 3 feet long. Drink before I do that. One of the most extraordinary individuals I have ever encountered during my numerous adventures at Geralt's side was the vampire known as Regis. He's up there behind us. We're going to be talking to him shortly. To be precise, he was known as Emil Regis Rolek Tarzaev Godfrey. By his own reckoning, he was 428 years old and was the descendant of unfortunate beings trapped in our world during the conjunction of spheres. You are surely thinking, dear reader, about catacans, alps, and other such monsters, and are pondering how it was that the Witcher, who it must be admitted is a slayer of monsters, came to keep such company. Yes, Regis and Geralt are apparently very good friends. I must here explain that Regis was a higher vampire, a creature which physically does not differ at all that much from a man. Higher vampires are also much more powerful than their wild confreres, and their regenerative abilities significantly outpace those of anything else you have encountered or can even imagine. But it is not because of his outward appearances or inner strengths that Regis became our dear companion. True, he could be pretentious and rather pompous in his frequent length perorations, but one would be hard-pressed to find in him the haughtiness usually present in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly and refused to kill unless forced to do so. As he once confessed, higher vampires do not, in fact, need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it, somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough grasp of this dynamic might be given to you by the fact that when we met him, Regis had been abstinent for years. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died at Stig Castle during the battle against the Mad Mage Vilgefortz, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand. He did it to defend those he held dear and simply because it was the right thing to do. I shall always remember him as an rural surgeon reeking of herbs. That is how he came to us during our first encounter of the Fencarn necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to a fantastic brew he made from mandrake root. Wherever you are, my friend, bottoms up! Let's go talk to him. Let us continue, my friend.
Regis.
Ah, there you are. Might we set off for Tesha Mudna now?
All right, boy, let's do this!
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Okay, spit it out, man.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the rain did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice.
He's sweating.
As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesha Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're You're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
The ladies will say that too about girl. Oh, you're starting to smell quite tasty.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
You lead.
In order to get what we need, Regis needs to get really pissed off.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
After you?
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which
That's
releases
Regis's
the
real
latch
name, that
reacts
was just
only
there,
to
by
a
the way.
higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Toussaint.
Looks like a lunchbox.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other.
Yeah.
This was the first place we saw.
I
Human
guess the
husbandry and care. This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
my understanding, I guess, of the what they mean by the conjunction of spheres is, and I think they go through this if you let the game sit. You first start it, that video will play and it will explain a lot of this. The way I understand it is the sphere of man and monster, you know, connected at one point, and that's what allowed all the monsters, the vampires and all that shit to come on over to the domain of man. Champion of Tesham Mutna. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor, so I may serve the tribe. And this is the one that we... which one was it? It's this one, isn't it? Human husbandry and care. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for that survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high quality hemoglobin. Details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence of male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It is worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with greater fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beggars have breathed their last here.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Detlaf's. We both
Detlaf
remain
is the guy that we're
this
after.
part of the world.
Okay. Didn't say anything.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Battery cage versus free-range humans.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Oh my goodness, some of this stuff is really long. I mean, how do you guys feel about having this stuff read to you? Does it help? Does the background lore, is it meaningful to you? Does it distract from the gameplay? All of that stuff. I know some people like it. I don't know. In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood.
Didn't anybody ever tell you it's rude to leave before the cake?
Yes, the cake is not cut. Hunting individuals is their systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages, such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin. Another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, i.e. villages and towns, quote-unquote, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. And going back to my earlier comment about whether people like to have this stuff read to them or not, there's only so much the streamer can read until their voice starts to, get some discomfort in the throat too. battery cage human husbandry, especially if there's a lot in a small area like in here. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed, restricted space. Permanent access to air, food, and water. They kind of mentioned that upstairs in one of the previous books. This form of breeding differs from free range, and that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive the entirety of their lives. Holy shit. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat or creating a habitat, that simulates it closely, i.e. creating villages, more on which can be found in the chapter. Human villages, establishing and growing a herd, and then making the herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. Worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of non-adrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. Therefore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Cells? Who for?
Disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
That's the same one out there. Yeah.
My tribe, and Deadlass. We both remained in this part.
This one's different.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarun. They ventured beyond the sea.
Alright, we already have those two. Florins and Florins. And we've got to have some serious cash just in jewelry that we've picked up last couple of days. I'm not going to read any more of these. I'm going to pick them up. I may read them later, because my throat is kind of stressing out a little bit here.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlass. We both remained in this part of the world.
Yeah, that's the cage he was referring to.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it. Ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then. Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, sends shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Alright, before we do
3
the last
done.
one.
1 left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The meat stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to the lower ground.
Sure. All of the torches that are in here are lit. Sure we've got light. Gonna have to fight something. Alright. Okay, nice. Tell him when you're ready to fight. Alright, let's fix some stuff first. I have no idea what we're going to be up against. 15%. Let's use them all. Let's see, what does it look like? Small one on there. So I guess your crossbow never degrades, right? No, you don't ever get a chance to repair it, so it doesn't wear down. I mean, really, there's no physical contact, right? It just shoots bolts. Okay, save again. Are we ready?
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also, my head has started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Swing!
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
What the hell is a scourge? Like a necrophage.
Once I uttered it.
Oh, those are the guys
Don't
we
know.
ran in at the beginning.
Calm it down.
They explode!
Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all. road.
Damn. Get out of there. Guess I'm gonna have to kill all of these things. Jesus.
Hold on, I'll let you out.
Wow. But that much health left. What? Oh man, really? So, I mean, what good is an oil gonna do? I mean, are those all considered necrophages? Do it anyway. Do. Well, the way I look at it is if you qualify for the senior discount at a restaurant, you're a senior. Right? Am I right? Right? All right, let's put a save in another slot in case I don't like that.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an
Professional? I
alloy
don't
that
know
will
about
prevent
that.
me from transforming into mist.
You're giving me a little bit too much credit.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to. Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what will you do once I utter it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, curve. We won't be able to. We must force through this.
Get away from here.
You just smelled the blood.
There you go. For some of your buddies.
I shall overcome.
Good. I can hear more coming.
Ow! Damn that guy. Really? Oh my god, are there two of those things in here now? You dare kill me again. Asshole. I'll catch up on chat in just a minute. Yeah, we need to brew a potion
Hang on a little longer.
to catch another vampire, and one of the ingredients we require Regis to get so enraged. We need to get some of his blood as one of the ingredients to make it. That's why we had to do all of that.
Get you out of here.
The concoction.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you. Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture,
What would you have done?
found Deadloff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you, the pain is my way of paying my debt.
The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff.
If I had to do it again,
Dettlaff is the one that
I would,
saved
in a
his life
heartbeat.
by turning him into a vampire, I think. Is that what the backstory was? That's what he's referring to there.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Yes, he does.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Yeah, in case you weren't here before, Regis and Geralt go way back. Apparently, they're very good friends. Whoa. Is this Detloff?
Excuse me,
Looks like him.
I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you
Yeah,
must
that's
understand.
Detloff
I've a
right there.
meeting. The Count.
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Detlef? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh?
So who's the other guy? He obviously knew Detloff. Is that a moth?
But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me.
What?
Damn. Off his own hand.
Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems
DLC.
Detloff had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Detloff I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Detloff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Detloff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the port district. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with.
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Let's see. We're gonna need to meditate here. Oh. Let's go ahead, I guess. Alright, now let's get our quick access stuff fixed back the way we want it. Don't have any water anymore. This started, or stopped, kind of stopped looting as much. That's where all that stuff came from, all the food and water. Let's see. Yeah, so we got 9 points to spend. I'll have to spend them on what I need is a greater red for that other side. Yeah, see, I haven't come across these other two. Radius, maybe I just buy it. Winter Cherry and Rubido. Blow ball. If I want to convert greens, I need a blue ball. Blues, I just need the other two. Reds, I don't have enough reds of their own. It's what the transmogrification diagrams or schematics are supposed to be for. As well. Another one we can make. Oh, don't start that damn popping again. Blues and greens, got plenty of those. Beto. Just need some white gull. Mistletoe. Alright, let's see how we got on the inventory. Man. Oh, it's closed this time. Dump some of this stuff off. Also need to go back to see the Grand Master. after. See what ridiculous amount of resources and crowns it's going to cost to make that stuff.
Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton the Peyrak Peyran falls victim to his own power.
Greetings. I hope your search goes well.
Would you craft something for me?
Of course.
Let's see. Master components missing. Wow. Whoa. I try to make that. He's got 3 of them. But they're... holy shit, they're expensive. Yeah, maybe all the same stuff for each piece. Ah, shit. Outlets. Grandmaster Feline, same thing. No, we need some. What's for that? Some plate and ingots. And the bats. Plate for the armor. Ingots for the weapons. Let's see.
Farewell.
Could buy it,
luck
obviously,
on
if you
the
had the
path.
money, but... Let's see what... Oh, we may... Blacksmith, maybe. Alright, let's see. What are we gonna do? Story mission, obviously. Things secondary. We could try one of the fist fights. Already done all of the other ones.
Has hired a witcher to get at the root of these murders. Every resident
In Bell and Novigrad. Skellige.
Our knights challenge each other for sport. Leave us to summon a witcher from the north.
The jaw-dropping Mancomb awaits a challenge. Witcher, surely you shown techniques.
It's the bookie.
Do you wish to jump in?
Considering it.
So you're not surprised. Consider this as well. Here, intellect counts as much as strength.
You see, Mancomb is no ordinary fighter.
Mancomb? First I've ever encountered that name.
One should never judge an opponent by his name. Master Mancomb is a saddler, though a valiant one at that. His blows are as fierce as his riposts are sharp.
Fine, let's start.
Oh, my knees quake like a carnival rattle.
Let's get on with this ridiculous battle.
I'm a top taunter, the best around, not one to be beaten by some inbred hound.
Your mama.
Guess you'd know, since you're
Oh, Geralt, dude.
Ah, pathetic. This'll be easy. What's wrong? Afraid? Gut feeling queasy?
Your bones look thin, your breathing's wheezy. Afraid one punch might kill you. It's got me uneasy.
You're annoying.
Now I know how you do it. Just annoy your opponents to death.
Let's end this pitiful farce. You, Witcher, are the dullest man alive. Put up your guard.
Maybe.
Finally. Not good.
Inconceivable! An unprecedented contest! Though walloped in the battle of wits, the Witcher still managed to beat Mancomb! Literally! We've never seen this before! 2 more champions to defeat before you can challenge the Maestro.
Oh, the Maestro.
Still Waters.
Where's
is to be
trombones when
found
you
in
need 'em?
Oatville, not far from Mountebank Alley. While Colossus fights in the largest courtyard in San Sebastian.
That's why fast travel marker is right here, I bet. She wanted to pop over there real quick.
Take you for a ride!
Blimey!
Le Papillon.
Geralt, so content to see you. Le Papillon, troubadour, remember?
Hey there.
I've never found the opportune moment. See, I never had a chance, in fact, to say I'm a devoted fan.
Thanks.
Of Master Dandelion. I know the bards, every ballad in his cycle about the Witcher. Oh, I cannot believe my luck.
Need something? From me?
Indeed, a matter most magnificent. My coiffeur, Jean-Louis Lotovic, has gone missing. Now, you shall rescue him while I compose an epic ballad about it. Listen, fair folk, to a glorious tale of a missing friseur and a widowhood prevail.
What happened exactly? Claim the hairdresser's missing, but are you sure?
Yes, yes. I've no doubt something's transpired. Something terrible, absurd. Jean-Louis is never late to work. He's punctual to a fault. I'm certain he'd be honored if I am the one to sing of his dramatic rescue.
Who's gonna pay me to find this barber?
Down to business.
I will. Such opportunities come knocking rarely. But you must take me with you, for I must transcribe all that occurs as it happens.
It's just like the
Fine, but
camera guy.
Unusual as contracts go. It'll cost you more.
Naturally. To be expected.
Pretty cheap, actually. I'll go a little bit more on this guy. What he says.
Yes, by all means. As you wish.
Fine, see what I can learn. Now, if you have to come with me, just one request. Stay out of the way. Mine and my swords.
Of course. You shan't even notice me. Jean-Louis' studio is just there. Right here. Ah!
What's the matter?
I've hit upon the perfect ending. And all for the glory of her grace, the Duchess.
Thought this was about a witcher and a coiffeur. What's the Duchess got to do with it?
Her grace can be as fickle as the colt she rides. Today, all remember my fine couplets at the tourney. Yet tomorrow, her illustriousness bought by her breakfast might demand a new epic poem. One must grab at opportunity before it flits away. Well then, where shall we start?
At the door, by breaking it down.
Slow now, let's not do anything rash.
Let's go inside.
This guy gonna be singing the
Scissors are
whole time.
completely dull. No way you could use these to cut hair. Empty pomade jar. Strong floral fragrance. Very strong. Scissors are completely dull. No way you could use these to cut hair.
It's gotta be pretty strong to bother Geralt.
This jar's
Shit
empty
that he's
too.
gotta smell.
Subjects are plenty for ballots all around, they said. Lying there for the taking. But I never believed it.
Letter from Edgard Lavalier. Oh boy. Dear Jean-Louis, as you instructed, I have taken a post as assistant royal hairdresser to King Tancred Thiessen, active in that position for 2 months. I dash this note off to you now, as I must inform you of a most startling development. After weeks of analysis, consultations with specialists, and trial runs on model doppelgangers, the chief royal hairdresser, Master Hector, has decided to give Marziola, the king's current favorite, a bob. Of course, Marziola being a mere king's mistress, cannot indulge in such extravagances as an asymmetric bob or a daringly shaven nape, for her bob is rather of the classically elegant sort, fringe that wonderfully complements the line of her eyes and covers her altogether unfortunate forehead. Just as we speculated, the bob shall soon make a triumphant re-entry as the absolute rage of the royal salon. Thanks to me, you, my dear friend, are now the first hairdresser of the South to know about it. I thus declare my mission accomplished and a stunning success. I'll gather up my trappings and prepare to return. I hope you're ready for a long and eventual tete-a-tete. Once I arrive, I hope that will be soon, for the seaside climate really does not suit me one bit. This swill they call wine in Kofir is positively disgusting. Warm embraces, Guard Lalier.
We need more action, excitement, a twist. The pacing's all wrong.
The coiffeur's log. A manicure, curling, Cintrian pendulum, Rivian ponytail, raftsman's do. Long out of style in Novigrad. His appointments. Last one was a certain Lady La Pompadour. Know her?
Yes, a dear old bird. Jean-Louis done her hair for a decade. Completely harmless.
Sketch here. Looks like a map. This mean anything to you?
I may understand where it points, but if so, there's not there. Just fields and meadows.
Think I understand.
As do I. Perhaps? Around he looked, yet all was quite proper. I see razors, pomades, but no blasted hair chopper.
Mind being quiet for a minute? Think I might know what happened to the hairdresser. No evidence of a break-in, no signs of a struggle. To my mind, he just went out to find ingredients for his pomade. Looks like he ran out. Of pomade.
Yes, indeed. He'd have gone into the meadows beyond the city to gather flower petals for it. Trolls must have devoured him. Or a cyclops. Splendid either way.
Think you could find the place using his map?
Naturally.
Lead the way then.
Shaylee got shone in its azure glow, sand marking times like a daisical flow.
Yes, like the drunken.
They ventured beyond walls by vines entwined, into the unknown the poor barber to find.
Gotta do that the whole way?
Bidding them farewell, the
Yes,
gravestones
apparently.
must covered, they strode briskly on by doubts unencumbered.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Come on, girl.
Behold, the location
Relax.
from the map.
Damn it, get back.
Christ. Damn things. Now, these aren't necessarily hard, they're just annoying. Graphical glitch there. Taffy.
What beast was that?
An archospore.
Might there be more nearby?
Who knows?
And your sharpened senses, what do they say?
That you'd rather turn and run.
No, a primo jest. Let us continue onward. I know you'll stand in my defense. You will you not? On to the second point on the map.
Waiting for you, buddy.
Flash juices spouted and poured, covering all about in an archospore's gore.
Well, go.
There! Jean-Louis' basket! I'd recognize it anywhere. He was here. We can be certain now.
A basket of flower petals. Same smell as the pomade.
Oh! Here! This looks just like a clue.
It's a mushroom.
A clue! I think...
Grass is trampled. Multiple sets of footprints. A little blood. Seems you were right. He ran into trouble.
Phew! What luck! I just hope it's not Cyclopes. Hard-pressed to find a rhyme for that. So, on his trail yet, are you?
Oh, hey. Cave.
Ground's made of rock. Trail's gone cold. Wandered deeper into the cave.
My, a talk so dark as to brought one to fear.
Fear uninspiring. No rhymes at the ready.
Listen up. This quaff is the left stretch. At the Koviri court, they'll have nothing else. No damsel will manage to resist. Follow ball!
Bring some cat here so we can see in the dark. God, it better still be
Your
there.
poppycock, you beard mangler! The latest rage in some bomb-botched Kovir. We're in Nilfgaard, you bung munch!
What did he do to you?
What did he do? He quaffed me, gave me a duck's ass, an ape drape, a beaver paddle. I don't even know. So ashamed I couldn't attend the tourney. I'd have proved my valor. Mademoiselle Vivian de Tabri my prize. Then this
he wanted
with
Vivian
his
too,
talk
huh?
of the rage missed my chance by the hair on my head.
Got him back good from what I can see.
That is but the start. I've not yet decided if I shouldn't snip off something more.
It's hair. It'll grow back. Really want to kill a man because he gave you a bad cut.
And who are you, gadabout, to lecture me, a heraldic lord? We've a bleeding champion of the oppressed men. At him!
Listen, children, a story you shall hear of a witcher who walloped a rogue knight's steady hair.
I'll speak of my tales, then do the same to the
Do it again! Remember!
This damn close quarters crap.
I thought the ending! Never fear! I'm noting it all down! You must win! I've already written the ending!
Le Papillon, Le Beholder's wounds. You saved me at the last second.
You're welcome. Jean-Louis Ludovic, I presume. Let's get out of here before he...
Quiet, both of you! I've got it! They froze in their fear, the knight's henchmen and squires, while his bowels set loose, heavenward spiraled. The witcher cleft him in two lacerated, his neck swing the swine adroitly castrated. With one more caress from the witcher's
Crackling
blade,
is starting
the
again.
knight's guts popped out, his breakfast betrayed. They hobbled a pace on his stump arms like crutches, all for the glory of her grace, the Duchess.
Bravo. Almost believed you were there.
Doesn't it seem so? At last,
Hey,
Master
Battle Pants, how's it
Tantalion has a
going?
worthy
Dealing with
competitor.
audio issues again. We may have to
What
end
about
it
my
early.
pay?
I've decided
Okay.
you should receive a reasonable share of the royalties. Payable, let us say, semi-annually.
Meaning you're broke just now.
I owe you 1,000 thanks, Master Witcher. I'll gladly pay your reward. Not to mention trimming you when you see the need that come by.
Thanks. Take care now.
You can hear it, but you can barely hear it in the background. It's kind of a crackling sound, especially when people are talking. It'll get worse, trust me. Oh, pink. God, pink dye. Yeah, so you can hear that every so often. Yeah, can you hear it now? Just give Geralt some pink armor. But yeah, it yes, that's what I'm talking about. I see yesterday when I was having the problem, it made it sound like it was either the stream PC or the capture device because it would mute it and it wouldn't stop. See, it's there, so you can still hear it. Yeah. It's definitely there, and trust me, it will get worse. We'll get to the point it looks like it might even be doing it now where the stream starts to get choppy. I mean, I've reinstalled software for the capture device. That's not the problem. Oh, I don't know what it is. Just a straight reboot will fix it temporarily. It will always come back. Like I said, it's last couple of streams. It'll be roughly 2 hours where it starts happening again. It's been an hour and 15 minutes since we restarted. But yeah, it sucks. All right, so I guess we finished that. So you can definitely hear it on the map. Are we? Quest for the boot black or the shoe shiner. Call it that. Damn it. I think I hate to do this, but I mean, it's like I said, it's not going to get any better. It hasn't yet. So what I'm probably going to do is just go ahead and shut down now, because it's eventually going to get to the point where we're going to have to anyway. I just need to take some more time and troubleshoot it and see what's going on. Not that I haven't spent a lot of time doing that already. I don't know what the problem is. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I hate to do that, but I don't really have a choice. I try to put out the best quality streams that I can, and stuff like this just drives me up the wall. So yeah, I'll figure it out. It just may take some time. It's probably a good thing that I stream early on Saturdays, so that way I have the rest of Saturday, all of Sunday, and all of Monday to troubleshoot and try and find out what the problem is. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging. The next scheduled stream is Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. If I figure out what it is for sure, then maybe I can jump on for a little bit later today or maybe tomorrow. If not, I will see you guys. Thank you, Baldahar. I appreciate it. It's really annoying. I will see you guys no later than Tuesday at 6. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and rest of your weekend. I'll see you later.